Friends that let you in are to be cherished. They are to be held onto. They are to be valued and appreciated. And that is what brings me here today in this check-in is I am grateful for three friends in particular right now. Amanda, Sophie, and Sophie. We had a chance to grab brunch yesterday to break bread. First and foremost, I'm grateful because it took forever to try to coordinate this because Sophie made it so difficult for me to get on the calendar, but we finally did it. We made it pop and it was amazing. The food was bomb. Went back to All Day Baby one more time. And beyond that, whenever I'm with them, the laughs are shared, hugs are shared, we're smiling, the food is good, but in the most natural way possible, we always touch on topics that are a little bit below surface level, which I appreciate because to have the opportunity to connect with people who are not like you and get a snapshot of their experiences in the world is truly an amazing thing. Not everybody has that opportunity to connect in the world, and I'm aware of that, which is why I do not take that for granted, especially as a Black man in the world who at times has felt like I'm not understood and that people don't really get what I'm going through. And you can't force people to do that. But when you have people who are genuinely curious, it is worth taking the opportunity to slow down and engage with them and be vulnerable. And so I appreciate them because as we were talking about many different things, one of the things that I was made aware of is something called the 4B movement. It is essentially a movement that has picked up steam recently in the United States that is focused on centering women and their priorities and themselves as individuals and detaching from the expectations that are placed upon women in patriarchal societies. So detaching from things like sex with men, marriage with men, relationships with men for whatever amount of time they decide to in order to uplift themselves. And you can look more into it to learn more because I'm sure I only touched on 25% of what actually goes on there. It originated because of a situation in Korea during which a man was frustrated because he didn't feel he got enough attention from women and killed a random woman. Having that conversation is just really one element of it, but I found myself thinking about connection in the world, which is what I'm really appreciative of, and the opportunity to be able to let into the minds of people who are not like myself and to be challenged and pushed, and whether or not there's full agreement of the stances or the things that are being discussed, it's more so the fact that you have developed a relationship in which people feel like, hey, like, let's talk about this. One of the things I'm really passionate about is the fact that there are 8 billion people in the world. I guarantee you most of those people probably feel like they just want to be understood beyond anything else, beyond their jobs, beyond the activities that they do on a daily basis. We yearn for connection. And in order to connect, you want to be understood. You want to be heard. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, I believe. So it's important to listen. And I find that a lot of people are trying to work so hard to be heard that they do a lot of talking and not enough listening. And so to be in a space where people feel comfortable and supported to speak and allow me to listen, I appreciate that because I know how much I appreciate that when people do that for me. I mean, I'm grateful for the connection, grateful for the education, if you want to call it that. Not that that was something that was like intentionally designed to happen, but to be in those spaces and to have friends who are, come from different backgrounds, genders, orientations, and to just be able to have a good time with one another. That's something that is sometimes easy for me to overlook or to just neglect because I've made it such a normal part of my lifestyle. But I have to take a step back, and I was reminded by Amanda as well that like it is a natural part of just who I am that allows that to be the case. And I appreciate that reminder as well because I do make an effort to try to authentically and genuinely engage with diverse perspectives, so that it's not something that I'm doing just for the sake of like, oh, let me just talk to as many different people as possible and see what they think about the world. No, but it's like, what are you doing with this information? What are you doing with these connections, right? Are you actually making an effort to understand them? Are you adjusting how you move about the world based on what you're hearing? And are you then taking this information and sharing it with people in your life who aren't engaging with these people and helping them to get a sense of their perspectives as well? And that's something that they encourage me to do. And it's something that I appreciate being challenged to do. And I just appreciate they're just real ones, right? Real friends, real people. So I'm grateful for them for being themselves, for opening themselves up to me and allowing us to connect on a deeper level. And I'm excited to continue doing that. So, yeah, shout out to them.